What up, you guys? It's Call Me Hawk here, bringing you guys my first ever video. That's like a tip and advice video to help you guys get better. And I actually got a fairly decent question. It's a very broad question, but it's a very decent question on my last video where I asked you guys to ask some of the questions. And what this guy asked, he said that he's excited to see this series going and he's really hyped. And do I have any tips on getting from DMG to LE? I've been a DMG for a while now and I can't seem to rank up. I warm up every day for an hour and it still doesn't help. Do you have any tips? So yes, there's a few different tips that I have for you to try and help you rank up. And they're just a few different things that most people already know, but things that you really need to stick to in order to rank up. So the first thing, and probably the biggest thing, is sticking with a team. Now, sticking with the team is by far the most important thing. You want to be playing, with a group of friends that you play with on a regular basis. Now, if you're off solo queuing, that might explain why you're still at the DMG ranking. It's very hard to solo queue and rank up. It's very, very rare that you see somebody that can rank up and carry a team on their own all the way into higher ranks. So first piece of advice, of course, is play with the team, play with a group of friends, get to know each other, get to know how each other plays. That way you guys can play better whenever you guys are playing together. Now, the second thing I was going to say is learning strats. So learning strats is by far one of the most important things, because one thing that you probably noticed is when you were down at the Nova rank or even MG rank, nothing is really about strats at that rank. It's about learning to aim, learning the maps pretty much. I mean, especially at like the Nova and Silver ranks, that's really what they're doing. They aren't really playing with strats. That's the reason why they're so random and uncoordinated. That's the reason why whenever you see Globals or Supremes smurfing going against them, they seem to get outplayed so often. It's because Supremes have a certain mindset, or even Globals have a certain mindset that something is going to go a very specific way whenever you go into a map. They're going to take a certain site a very specific way. Now at the DMG rank, that's when you start to learn these things. That's when you notice the different and competitive is once you get right past MG going into DMG. That's when people start understanding strats, and not only that, but then there's team strats. So it's not just you trying to take a site, it's your entire team. For example, mollying under this patio here out of Palace underneath, and then you basically push that guy out while the guys come up a ramp and shoot him out of the way. That's a team objective. You can't do that alone. So that's just one example, and of course that was the point of this series, not just ask such a general question like you had. No offense to that, I'm okay with the question, but if you want to learn more strats or learn how to take sites or anything, leave a comment down in the comment section below and I will try my best to answer it in different ways to try and help you guys. I'm trying to get back on top of commentating, if you can't tell. I have not commentated in an extremely long time. But there's one last piece of advice that I'm going to give you, and this by far is the biggest one beyond the other two, which is, even if you're playing with a team, even if you know your strats, is knowing when to tie and when not to go for the win. So an easier way to explain this is the way that I was taught this by a friend. So whenever you win a game, you get positive experience, or what a lot of people refer to it as ELO, apparently. But whenever you win a game, you get positive ELO. Whenever you lose a game, you get negative ELO. It's just like an experience bar, but if you lose, it goes down. Now, with ties, on the other hand, it's a little bit different. Your ELO still goes up. Your ELO never goes down off of a tie. Even though it's very minimal, it's on both sides. It doesn't matter which team manages to tie it or not, both teams get positive experience from that game. It's very minimal, but it's not bad. So, like for example, I played about 1,500 games. That's just over 1,500 hours of gameplay in this game. And over that entire course, I've probably had about 50 ties, and I have never seen someone D-rank. Ever. Never seen it. But out of all those ties, about 10 times, I would say, that's actually a pretty good average, I have seen someone on my team rank up, which is pretty impressive on that. But that's just to let you guys know, you need to know when to go for the tie. So another example there is, like, for example, when it's 11 to 14 and your entire team only has 3,000 apiece and the enemy team has enough money to buy out for the rest of the game if they wanted to be able to. At this point, you need to make the decision. Do you guys want to go for the tie, give them the 15th round, and then win four rounds straight? Or would you rather go for an eco, and then, or like a full eco with nades and everything, try and win the round, but the downside is that if you lose it, you definitely will lose the game? My personal opinion, I would rather just go for the tie. That's how I've always been, and I always tell my teammates that. I always tell them, hey, it's better to go for the tie rather than trying to beat up a win, because it more than likely won't happen. Me personally, I've only seen it happen once or twice. Other times whenever we buy, save up for a full buy, we usually get the tie about 3 out of 4 times. It's just a matter of your team's mindset. You need to play back whenever you're playing that way. But it's always a smarter decision because it increases your likelihood of ranking up. I'd rather get a tie and not lose experience rather than gain a little bit and then get a win next game and get a lot more and have a much higher chance of ranking up. So whenever you're put in a difficult situation, such as an 11-14 situation where you guys don't have enough money, it is better to go for the tie to have enough nades to be able to hold off the enemy. Just to go back on the other things, remember to play with a team, not by yourself. Not always a smart idea. And then, of course, one of the last things there is understanding strats. At this point, you should already understand the aim of guns, and you should already understand certain gameplay mechanics and how they work. Another thing, it would be clutches. So that's one thing I wanted to be able to teach you guys, because I've been able to clutch quite a few times. I've clutched more than quite a few of my friends. I'm not saying I'm the best. I have a few friends that are a lot better at clutching than me, but I definitely try. But if you guys want to learn this kind of stuff, or you guys want to ask a question to learn about something about the game, or learn how to do a specific thing in the game, such as a strat or something, leave a comment in the comment section down below, of course, and I will try and hop on top of that and upload a video for you guys. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching, as always, and I do hope you guys have a great day and everything. Thank you very much. Peace out.